Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check.
Check, check, check,
Check, check.
check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Cool. Hello, Saints fans. I'm Timmy Novacek,
And I'm Ian Prang.
and we're coming to you live from Raytown High School in Raytown, Missouri.
Tonight we have a game between the Saint Thomas Aquinas Saints and the Raytown High School Bluejays.
It's a crisp 70 degrees out here in Raytown, Missouri. Should be a good game. The biggest impact, however, I feel, would be from Tank Young, who is not starting this evening. Instead, filling in for Tank Young, we have sophomore number 23, Carroll. This could be the biggest shakeup considering the Saints mainly run the ball. They have 807 yards this season, 29 in which are passing, the rest in which are rushing. This could be a big shakeup for the Saints offense to see how they combat 74th in the state, Raytown Bluejays. Aquinas is second behind Mill Valley. This should be a good matchup, and we'll see how it goes from here.
And the Bluejays are, this season, they've played 5 games, I believe, and they're 3-1 in those games. And the Aquinas Saints have played 2 games, one against St. James and one against Bishop Miege, and have won both of those games.
Now, Raytown has blown out their opponents the past, except for week 1, where they lost 24-21 against North Kansas City, who's 62nd in the state. Their past 3 weeks, however, they have been absolute blowouts. They blew out Raytown South 52-8. Week 3, Raytown destroyed Chrisman 48-22. And in week 4, Raytown had their way with Fort Osage 52-14. All 3 of these teams, though, don't rank too high in the state's numbers. with the best team they've played being North Kansas City, who's 62nd in the state, which could be difficult when you're going up against number 2 Saint Thomas Aquinas in the state. We'll see how that plays out for them this evening.
This evening we were at beautiful Ted Chitwood Stadium, and the Raytown Bluejays have been not allowing very many spectators. I'm 95% sure that there are only parents here, no students, no band, and cheer and dance team, I believe.
No Aquinas fans at all, which has been a big shakeup. Usually most districts let in some of the parents at least. Not here, however. It is strictly Raytown fans and the players.
Got about 2 minutes till kickoff as we view the coin toss.
Now, Ian, what do you think will be the key to this game to get the win?
You know, honestly, I hate to be that guy, but I feel like the loss of Tank Young is going to be something to fill for Sean Carroll. So we'll see how he manages.
Carroll has some big shoes to fill, as Tank Young has over 700 rushing yards this season, which is very impressive considering the Saints are only 2 games in. So, I mean, he is absolutely dominating. He was the Children's Mercy Player of the game last week, and now he's out in this game against Raytown.
And it appears the Saints won the coin toss, and Raytown will receive the kickoff.
And now for the starting lineup for the Saints offensive team. At left tackle, we have senior Willis. Left guard, sophomore Simmons. At center, we have senior Clayman. At guard, we have senior Danny Carroll. Right tackle, we have junior Michael Luchtefeld. At wideout, we have Evan Kamer. At quarterback, we have Anderson. Left tackle, we have sophomore Horn. Right tackle, we have senior Hill. At tight end, we have junior A.J. Morozes. And fullback, for the first time this season, not Tank Young starting, we have Sean Carroll, sophomore.
Number 24, Owen Canicaris, a senior at Aquinas, will be kicking the ball off. Let's play some football.
Noah Lang with the run up to the 20-yard line. William Lang just tackled Noah Lang.
How about that?
What are the odds? Well, I guess 1 in 11.
Number 5, Xander Samuels with the carry. Gain about 3 yards on the play, second down.
Samuels with the carry up the middle for a short gain. Motion in the backfield. Runs the option and throws it away. Incomplete to number 18, Anthony Ransberg. Ball deflected by Saints' Will Gavin.
Good coverage by Gavin.
Gavin's been a lockdown key component of the Saints' defense this season. Wouldn't expect to see anything less this evening.
I do believe I saw him have a similar play last week.
He had several knockdowns last week. He's one of the leading defensive players this season. Whiteberry with the incomplete pass. It was intended for number 30, Zamiar Gary. And the kick is short, bouncing on the 40-yard line and rolling out near the 45. Interesting spot at the 47.
An interesting defensive play. Not defensive play, I guess defensive not play, because it appears our defensive coordinator was yelling at number 25, Jacob Bittner.
Bittner did not seem to be in the right place. I know
Yeah,
that much.
Coach Mack was not having that.
Could hear some of the fans chuckling. Now for the Saints Cellar offense. Anderson under center. And there's a flag on the play.
Offsides called against Raytown. 5 yards and still first down.
Offsides on the play. Saints got 5 yards on the play. Dropped ball. Anderson keeps it. Gets brought down for a loss. Motion in the backfield. Anderson under center. Run up the middle to Carroll. Carroll fighting for every yard. Good for a gain of about 1 yard. Number 2 is hyped up for the Blue Jays. Dukes. He seems to be pretty content with that play.
Now we'll bring the Saints to 3rd and 5 at Raytown's 42-yard line.
It's in 43 seconds and rolling. Flag on the play. Offsides on the defense.
Offsides called against Raytown. 5 yards.
Both teams' defensive coaching staffs seem to be
Very energetic,
Yes.
I think would be a
Yes,
nice way
indeed.
to put it. Is that 5 yards enough to give them the first down? Yes, it is. They're moving the chains.
regardless of what the stands might say. There's one parent that told him not to give it to him. I would assume that they would.
Anderson under center. Handoff up the middle to Carroll. Carroll finds a hole, lowers his shoulder, and gets brought down near the 27-yard line.
A beautiful run by Carroll. So one thing that's interesting about this game is that we have significantly more rushing yards than we do passing yards, and it appears we're just sticking with our rushing plan.
We're a big rushing team, and Tank Young is not going to stop that, whether he's in or not.
I mean, it appears to be working, so.
Don't fix it if it's not broken.
Yep.
Keeper by Anderson. Up the middle. Brought down by number 90, Micah Cotton.
Cotton
He's
appeared
happy
to be
with that bring down.
very, very energetic. There's a lot of energy in the field, but not so much on the stands.
That was good for a gain of 7. Which brings us to 2nd and 7 with 8:05 and rolling on the clock.
We'll do D-line when they come back.
Carroll. Carroll with the carry up the middle. Big gain. Brings them into the red zone. Brought down near the 5-yard line.
So far, this offensive team has just kind of said, Tank Young who? We don't really need him right now.
Tank Young has been the key component to most Saints victories this season. And they're finding a way without him. Run up the middle. Brings us to 2nd and goal.
The run appeared to be by Sean Carroll. Bringing us to the 2-yard line.
Anderson with the handoff up the middle to Carroll. Looks like he is brought down just short. That'll bring us to 3rd and inches. 6:45 left on the clock.
Be interesting to see what Raytown's defense can do here.
QB keeper up in the middle. Blue Jay seems to think that the ball is out. That's not what the refs say. Touchdown, Saint Thomas Aquinas. Saint Thomas Aquinas takes the lead with 6 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first quarter.
They bring the kicker out. It appears sophomore Matt Seabolt will be taking the kick.
Flag on the play. Looks like the offense jumped on that one. Saints are now kicking the PAT from 5 yards further back. And the extra point is good.
All right, as we transition possessions, I'm going to read off the Saints D-line. We have number 5, sophomore Sal Siavi. Senior, number 99, Caden Reeves. Junior, number 54, Jalen Marshall. Senior, number 44, Cameron Penny. Junior, number 12, Dana Brooks. Senior, number 29, Tommy Malakote. Junior, number 34, Peyton Potasnik. Sophomore, number 23, Jacob Bittner. Sophomore, number 30, Jack Forgy. Senior, number 1, Elias Carson. And junior, number 17, Will Gavin. And, of course, Will Gavin had that deflection at the first possession of the game. It appears to be Owen Canicaris with the kickoff. Kick is caught at about the 7-yard line. Ooh,
and they find a hole.
Brought down by number 19. Sorry.
Noah Lang with the run again. Brought down near the 32-yard line.
Sorry, brought down, I believe, number 59, Caden Reeves. Pretty likely.
Looks like number 52, Justin Sacer, for the Blue Jays, had some illegal equipment.
Looks like a run up the middle.
Brought down after a gain of 3 yards.
Brought down by Saints number 29, Tommy Malakote. Tommy Malakote has had 7 tackles this year. 6 of those were solo, and he assisted with 2 tackles.
Hand off to the far side to number 30. 30 with the spin move, still fighting for yardage. Brought down a little bit past the 40. Zamari Gary with the big carry.
He was brought down by Peyton Potasnik and Tommy Malakote.
Reminder that the chat room is open for any questions, comments, concerns. Let us know how you're feeling in the YouTube. Handoff up the middle.
Significant yardage on that.
To number 5, Xander Samuels.
Brought down by Jalen Marshall, number 54 for the Saints.
White Bear with the handoff.
It'll take most of the Saints defense to bring that guy down. It appears Elias Carson and Will Gavin with the tackle.
Big bring down. Sophomore Sal Salvio with the bring down, initially started it.
There was a loss of 1 yard on that play, being told by a producer.
White Bear with the keeper, pushing up on the far side, gets a block, and is brought down near the 18-yard line. White Bear hands it off, and forward progress is stopped. Carry was by number 30, Gary.
That looks like a gain of about 2-3 yards. Sorry, 1 yard.
It's 2nd and 8 with 3:19 left in the first quarter. A pitch to the near side, brought down hard by 3 Saints. Number 94, Sal, bringing him down hard.
He's assisted by number 58, Danny Carroll. It was a 1 yard loss on that play.
That brings us to 3rd and 9 with 2:40 on the clock.
See what the Saints defense. Oh, timeout.
Blue Jays take their first timeout of the half.
Just a friendly reminder that during timeouts, we will be checking the chat room. Thank you to Miss Salazar for looking for number 19.
You're looking at Reeves.
And Parker Caldwell believes that Blue Jays are small. I don't blame him. Motion in the Blue Jays backfield. Appears they didn't know what play they were running.
Whiteberry with the keeper on the far side. And gets stopped by just about every player on the field.
It was stopped at about the Saints 14, 15-yard line. 13-yard line, my bad.
Referee timeout. Number 6, Freddie Ursery, seems to be having some issues. Looks like he got it all squared away. With the option, keeps it, and he will run it into the end zone. 14-yard run by quarterback Whiteberry to bring the score 6-7 Saints.
And that will answer the Saints' first touchdown of the game as Raytown sets up for their PAT.
And the extra point is good. That brings us to 7th with 1:57 left on the clock.
Get excited, ladies and gentlemen, because here comes the Saints offense.
Saints varsity soccer won yesterday's game 3-0. Good work, boys Saints. Also, yesterday in the JV field, one of my buddies, Joey Pollock, it was his birthday. Happy late birthday, Joey. Hit about a 50-yard goal in the JV field, and gotta say that's a pretty good birthday present for me. Joey, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Speaking of birthdays, today is actually my sister's birthday, and
How old is she, Ian? Come on, big brother.
good question. Couldn't tell you. Old. She was actually a alum at Aquinas and a former cheerleader, and she is frequently said
Oh, your little brother.
she's frequently heard telling people how she misses cheer.
Raytown with the onside kick, and it is. Looks like it's recovered by Raytown. Raytown is notorious for shaking up their kickoffs. This season, they run about an onside kick just about as often as they run a normal kickoff. And still no call on the field about which way the ball's going.
Seems to be a lot of discourse going on. It appears Raytown will get the ball.
No. Onside kick recovered by Raytown. This is not something uncommon, though, that we will be seeing from Raytown. This probably won't be the last time. An onside kick in the first quarter, basically unheard of in high school football.
In any football, I mean. First time I've seen it.
And just like that, Blue Jays have the ball. White Bear with the handoff.
In the middle, brought down by number 43, Connor Ellis, and number 17, Will Gavin.
Number 30, Zamari Gary, is doing most of the Blue Jays rushing game. Both of these offenses are primarily driven by their rushing game, minimal passing. And we are definitely seeing those explosive rushing offenses this evening. The pitch to Gary. Good for a gain of 1. Brings us to 3rd and 4.
That's 3rd and 4 at the Saints' 38-yard line.
Seems to be some confusion for Raytown. Play clock is not started. And whistle blows. Play ball. Receiver out wide.
There's about 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, flag on the play.
And we have a movement on Raytown. That'll back him up 5 yards. That brings us to 3rd and 9. Pass play. Looking deep. Oh, and nearly picked off by number 12, Dana Brooks. He had last game for the Saints, he deflected almost every single PAT, half a second away from getting to the ball every time.
Bittner's getting yelled at once again by the defensive coordinators.
Bittner, you need to get up there.
Not even just defensive coordinators. I think every coach is on him now. There are 8 men lined up yelling at Bittner to get on the line.
Well, he sure makes up for it with his gameplay. That's all I have to say. And the punt. Out of bounds. Near the 36-yard line. And now it'll be Saints ball after losing the kick to an onside kick. Could not successfully recover it. Blue Jays could not do anything with that drive. And now it's Saints ball on the 35-yard line. Anderson with the pass. And it's incomplete. Passer intended for number 4, Xavier Horn.
Here's the ball was just over his head. That'll bring the Saints to 2nd and 10 on their own 36-yard line. Pretty rare play by Blake Anderson. You never really see him pass. It's more of a rushing quarterback or just run the ball on his own.
He has 181 yards before this game. Anderson with the keeper. Ooh, loud crunch. Heard it from up here on top of the press box. Brought down near the 40-yard line. And the clock will expire. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. 7's all. Earlier in the show, we said that Raytown was 74th in the state. That could change in this year and the next couple years, considering they started 7 sophomores last game and 7 this game. Up-and-coming potential talent on their behalf. Something to be said when you're starting 7 sophomores. That means you're not just nitpicking with the upperclassmen. You know, if you can drop down to your sophomores and still be a successful winning team, that's an up-and-coming potential team if I've ever seen one.
Yes, indeed. And I believe Dreiling is very confident putting his sophomores on the field due to Raytown's current ranking in their league.
Confident enough to start Sean Carroll at running back to replace the shoes of Tank Young. For anyone that may have missed it at the beginning of the broadcast, Tank Young is out with an injury. Not suited up to play this evening. And we have some movement. And offsides on the defense. Brings us to 3rd and 1. Run up the middle to Carroll. Holds them at 3rd and 1. That'll bring us to 4th and 1. It looks like the offense is staying out there. Dreiling is going for it.
I mean, that 5-yard penalty really puts the Saints right on the line. Speaking of penalties, the Raytown Bluejays have had a lot of penalty yards against them tonight, and I think overall.
Yes, they're definitely racking up quite a bit of penalties, and coach is not happy about it. And neither are the parents. Run up the middle by Carroll. Finds a hole on the far side.
And he almost broke free right there.
The first down and much more brings us to the 48-yard line. Run up the middle. Sean Carroll with a gain of 5.
And at the end of that play, it appeared William Lang was just trying to push everybody up. He was just hoping that the ball got moved. He's at the back of that huddle just pushing.
Second and 6 on the 44-yard line. Handoff to Carroll. Good for a gain of 2.
Coming off that huddle, we will see what the Saints offense can do here. It is 3rd and 4.
Pass play, incomplete. Intended for receiver number 7, Evan Kamer. Now we are at 4th and 4 on the Raytown 42-yard line with 9:52 left on the clock. Saints are going to go for a long 4th and 4. Anderson with the handoff up the middle to Carroll, and they get the first down. 4th down conversion is good.
This is a 4th down conversion team, it appears. I think I've only seen one time where they were unable to convert it. And we are 1st and 10 from the Blue Jays 35-yard line. We'll see what Anderson and the offense can do.
Ball came out
Appears to be the Saints ball.
Covered by the Saints. No sweat, no biggie. It's fine. Don't even let it rattle you.
Second down with a game of 2, bringing us to 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Run up the middle.
Blake Anderson
And
out the
Anderson
side.
with the keeper.
It's a significant gain. First
Huge
yard
gain.
and some.
Huge gain. Good for a Saints first down. That'll bring us to the Blue Jays 22-yard line. Anderson with the pitch to Carroll. Carroll. Solid gain. Flag on the play. Illegal block by the Saints. Saints have been having some trouble with the chop block. They had 2 last game and 1 this game. That penalty will back the Saints up to the 35-yard line.
Significant loss for the Saints. Brings us to 1st and 23 for the Saints. That is a lot of the football field that they got to cover. But it is first down, so they got time to do it.
Carroll with the carry up the middle.
Looks like a gain of about 7 yards. Brings the Saints to the 29-yard line.
2nd and 17 with 7:50 on the clock. 7s.
Here's the Saints are just going to keep marching on the field.
Anderson with the keeper, flag on the play. Anderson jukes back, heading to the end zone, touchdown! St. Thomas Aquinas. There is a flag on the play, however.
What a run by Blake Anderson, regardless of the flag. He was dipping, dodging, and weaving. Here's the flag is against St. Thomas Aquinas.
And that hold backs the Saints up to 2nd and 24. Saints are at the Blue Jays 36-yard line. Saints have been struggling with this drive as they started it off pretty strong. Ended up getting a chop block, and Anderson sacked for a loss. Anderson brought down hard. That'll bring us to 3rd and a long 28 yards.
The guys holding the chains look rather bored right now. They've been standing there for a while.
Quite a long drive. Saints keep marching downfield only to get pushed right back to where they started. And a handoff to Carroll. Good for a gain of 1.
And out comes the Saints special team. This will be number 7, Evan Kammer, with the punt.
That penalty, unfortunately, brings the Saints out of field goal range. If only Butker were here.
If only.
Evan with the punt. Caught by the wind. Bounces at the 26-yard line.
Speaking of Harrison Butker, that really was monumental this weekend.
Honestly, Harrison Butker, can't even change my mind. Best kicker in the NFL.
Oh, for sure. I was texting people that right after the game.
I don't see a kicker with any more recognition, except maybe Gostkowski, who is out of his prime, than Harrison Butker. He is the greatest kicker in the NFL. Can't change my mind about it.
I mean, he's so great that...
A 58-yarder.
Yeah.
Then a 50-yarder with a penalty. Then 58. Then another 58 after he got iced. Can't ice him. He's got ice in his veins. Run to the near side.
Can't ice what's already cold.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Pushed out of bounds near the 28-yard line. And a handoff up the middle. Short gain.
Brought down by Cameron Penny and Jalen Marshall. Number 44 and 54.
Saints defense looking very solid this drive, as it is 3rd and 8. White Bear and shotgun, drops back. Pass play. And is complete for a loss. That'll bring us to 4th and 10.
And that tackle was made by number 34 for the Saints, Peyton Matasnik. That'll bring Raytown to 4th and 10. Looks like they're going for it.
Oh, that's just his punter out there.
I just did not see the special team come on.
And received at the 25-yard line. Spun around and dragged. Brought down at the 37. Dana Brooks with the return.
As our Saints offense set up, I just thought I'd let everyone know that Teens for Life had an event tonight. $5 for a movie, Gimme Shelter, in the Commons at 6:30. If you were there, you probably couldn't watch this, but if you're watching this, you probably weren't there.
Exactly. And the only excuse to not be watching Halo Sports is to be helping out Teens for Life.
Run up the middle by Sean Carroll.
Carroll is doing a great job this evening, filling in the shoes of Tank Young, who's out this game. Anderson with the keeper on the near side, cuts back. Brought down just short of the first down. Looks like it'll bring us to 3rd and 1. There's a flag on the play. Illegal shift on the Saints. Once again, the penalties coming back to affect their gameplay. Last drive, it killed their momentum, and hopefully it doesn't do the same this drive.
It appears Coach Dreiling was yelling at Xavier Horn on the sideline.
As we said earlier in the broadcast, no Saints fans are allowed into this game. No cheerleaders either. What's the point of having cheerleaders if you don't have any fans to cheer for? Shout out to all the cheerleaders who are at home. Sabina Woolway, what's going on?
Okay.
She did ask for a shout out.
I mean, I don't know about you, Timmy, but I would appreciate some cheerleaders up here in the press box. All we have to listen to is the Blue Jays cheerleaders. And with the no Saints fans, there's limited fans in general. It appears only a portion of the Blue Jays parents are allowed. There appears to be a flag on the play.
On the Saints, once again, shooting themselves in the foot. Killing the momentums of 2 consecutive drives. Saints with the run up the middle. Anderson with the keeper. And there's a timeout on the field called by the Blue Jays.
I think I'll take this timeout, take a timeout of my own, and admire the skyline that I can see from this press box. Can't really describe it to you guys, but there's a lot of lights in the distance. That's about it.
Char, can we get a camera angle up there?
Not that one, bud.
The skyline to the right. Sure does look good out there. Behind us, unfortunately blocked by the building, we have downtown Kansas City skyline.
That would be a very nice view from the press box if we could see Kansas City, but
Fortunately, Raytown High School building blocks that.
very unfortunate indeed. Speaking of Raytown High School, can we get a oorah for these cheerleaders? They seem to be very dedicated to their craft. Very skilled at their craft at that.
Pass play by Anderson. Caught by Evan Kamer.
That was very needed by from the Saints. Looks to be a gain of about 13 yards.
Brings us at the 48-yard line.
First and 10 for the Saints.
Saints have been varying to pass plays more this game with Tank Young being out, and it seems to be working for him.
I mean, heck, if you can get a man on the outside, get a man on the outside and pass it to him.
2:50 left in the second quarter. Another pass play. Flung downfield. Oh, and barely dropped. Intended again for Evan Kamer. Evan Kamer just had the completion on this side. Anderson under center.
Pitch to Xavier Horn.
Xavier with a short gain. Good for a gain of 4.
I'll bring the Saints to 3rd and 7 on the Blue Jays 45-yard line.
Ball came out on that last play, but was recovered by Anderson. Oh, and we have some movement. Raytown coach is not having it with all these false starts by the Blue Jays defense, and I would be pretty upset if I were him too. Penalties have either been making or breaking the momentum of this game. And Saints has caught a break.
Breaking the momentum of just the Saints. It's been breaking the momentum of both teams.
Oh, it's double-sided for sure. Anderson with the handoff to Carroll. Enough for the first down and more.
Sean Carroll just running with the Blue Jays defense on him. Not a care in the world.
Blue Jays have yet to figure him out. Used to Tank Young being in the backfield. Now they have a new face.
That brings the Saints to 1st and 10 at the Blue Jays' 34-yard line.
1:35 and rolling left in the first half. Pass play. Anderson under pressure. Scrambles. Brought down on the 39-yard line.
That'll be about a 6-yard loss for the Saints. Sorry, 5 yards loss on that play. As Blake Anderson, quarterback for the Saints, gets sacked.
Another pass play. Anderson keeps it. Rushes up on the far side. Steps out at the 32-yard line. Brings us to 3rd down. 45 seconds left in the half. Anderson drops back, looking deep downfield, and the pass
Touchdown.
is caught by number 7, Evan Kamer.
Just a phenomenal play by Kamer.
Second touchdown catch by Evan Kamer this season. He had won the first game of the season against St. James, and now has one against the Ravens. That'll bring us to 13-7. Saints lead.
On that play, Kamer was very far in front of the defenders. He broke free and just ran with it.
Now Kamer will be holding for Siebold, who kicks the extra point, which is good, which brings the Saints lead 14-7. Nearing the half, 37 seconds left.
It'd be interesting to kick in this light breeze conditions. I know up here in the press box, we're having to use everything that we have as a paperweight because all of our papers are flying away because of the light breeze. We're using mic stands, phones, water bottles, entire producers, you name it. As the Saints defense enters the field, we have about 37 seconds left on the clock. As we come close to halftime. And during halftime, Halo would like to remind you that we have a highlights reel that was edited by our very own producer, Michael Payne. Make sure you stick around for that, as well as the reading comments from me and Timmy.
Oh, ball fell over. Gonna get reset real quick by number 5, Siebold. And Siebold kicks it out of bounds. That is a flag.
Kickoff goes out of bounds. Raytown at 10. Directions they're going to make Aquinas re-kick it.
Appears to be a re-kick for Aquinas. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Raytown fans, let's stand up for Kickoff.
Holy cow, did someone die?
Blue Jays must be confident that they can get a better run than what was offered to them.
We'll see what Seabolt can do.
And he kicks it out near.
Dreiling is not happy about that kick.
He's trying to stress the point that you cannot kick it out of bounds.
Once again, we are going to kick it again. Again.
All right, Raytown fans, let's stand up for the kickoff.
Third tries the charm. Let's see if that's the case in this scenario.
I'll be curious to see if Seabolt attempts another onside kick. I doubt it, though.
I don't think that was an attempt at an onside kick. I believe that was. Oh, and it is caught. Ran up near the 30, pushing on the 36-yard line.
Brought down by number 12, Dana Brooks.
36-yard line versus the Blue Jays.
We have 35 seconds left in this half.
Appears to be a
White Bear
passing
with the
play.
pass. And barely over the head of number 9, Noah Lang.
That was Saints' very own Dana Brooke with the coverage.
Dana with the lockdown defense. 29.4 seconds left in the half. Play clock is running at 7 seconds left. 3 seconds left on the play clock. And barely get it off with 1 second left. Handoff on the near side. Timeout by Raytown.
Hey, another reminder for everybody watching at home that we are leaving the chat room open this game. And Timmy and I will respond to some of those at halftime and throughout the rest of the game. That play brings Raytown to 3rd and 5 from their very own 42-yard line.
Raytown trying to get another score in before the end of the half. They are down 14-7 against the number 2 team in the state, Saint Thomas Aquinas.
Given these teams are coming from 2 separate states, Raytown, Missouri, and Aquinas from Kansas. Close neighbors, but different leagues.
White Bear with the pass. Nearly picked off. Forgy with the lockdown D. Nearly picks off the pass.
Just stunning defense by Forgy. It really was. It's 4th and 5. Again from the 42-yard line.
There are 16.4 seconds left in the half. White Bear. Punt rolling. And that'll roll into the end zone. That touchback will bring the Saints out to their 20-yard line. 9.2 seconds left on the clock.
Very eager to see the Saints offense back in action.
See if the Saints try to do anything with their 9 seconds that they have left. They do not. They will take a knee and let the half run out. And that'll bring us to halftime. Saints 14, Raytown 7.
Time presentation of the highlights from last week, edited by our very own Michael Payne, producer here at Halo Broadcasting.
Man, too broke to pay attention. Man. Yeah.
Oh, and a big sack. Dorsey brought down hard. And that'll bring us to 4th down.
They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. I'm like,
Team back in the pocket. Oh, and gets brought down hard. Tank Young pushes, dives in for the end zone. Touchdown.
Bad boy. I ain't come for games.
And Tank Young runs it in.
Say it to my face.
1 yard rush, that'll put the Saints on top.
Say it to my face. Say it to my. Say it to my face.
Oh, and a big sack.
Sack by number 44.
Hey. To the right side, Tank Young into the end zone for a touchdown. Tank Young with the 9-yard touchdown.
Say it to my face.
Big run up the middle. Carroll with the carry.
1st and 10 from the Stags' 24-yard line.
Anderson keeps the ball, runs up the middle, breaking away, lowers his shoulder. Run up the middle by Tank Young, and that gets him into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Saint Thomas Aquinas. And off to Carroll. That'll bring him the 1st down and more. And Carroll is loving it. And touchdown, Carroll with a 3-yard Welcome, Saints, to the Saint Thomas Aquinas Halo Sports Halftime Show. I'm Timmy Novacek.
And I'm Ian Prang.
And now let's get to answering some comments.
Starting out, we have Anderson Howard asking why Tank isn't playing. Tank, unfortunately, suffered from a ankle injury last game. And I think they're just resting him out this game because it appears the Saints offense did not need him.
Sean Carroll has some pretty big shoes to fill this game, and he's doing an outstanding job this game, being the leading rusher. And he is filling his shoes substantially well. Amazing gameplay. Very impressed by it all. Good for Sean. Good for the Saints, showing that we're not as dependent as Tank, but man, is he a nice asset to have on the team.
Indeed he is. And Evan Kammer, even our wide receiver, Blake Anderson has been throwing some passing plays tonight, which normally the Saints offense does not do. We're more of a rushing team. But it's
coming
good to
into
see
the
it.
night, we only had 29 passing yards. 29 passing yards.
29, wow.
Out of the 800 yards that we have this season, 29 passing. That is dominated on the field by Tank Young. And now that Tank Young isn't here, we have Sean, we have passing. The whole gameplay is being expanded, and you can really see it tonight on a Raytown, a team that we normally wouldn't play very often, as they are on the Missouri side. And the Saints are doing a great job all around.
Yeah, and speaking of Evan Kammer, Jacob Muckerman says the touchdown by Evan was so athletic.
You are right, Jacob. That was an athletic
Couldn't
touchdown.
agree more.
We were up here watching, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was an athletic touchdown. The exact words that I was saying. So I could not agree with you more. Luke Koneski, Evan prefers to be called by his nickname, Dr. We're going to call Evan Dr. Swag. All right, Luke, we'll take your request. And we'll start calling him Dr. Swag.
Mr. Juan Rodriguez says, go Seahawks. That is not...
Unfortunately, we don't support that in this chat.
We're
Just kidding.
More of a
but
Chiefs
not really.
team, but, you know, if you're talking about Blue Jays, but that's the only bird I see.
That is factual. And let's see.
Miss Spillman,
Dr. McCool Swag. Okay. I think we'll do it. You want to start calling Evan Dr. McCool Swag?
McCool Swag, as emphasized by Muckerman.
Muckerman is making it very clear that there are several O's. It is a little chilly up here, Luke. It's about 70, but the wind is really making it feel a little bit more chilly. I brought my sweater, so I'm feeling good. Saints get ball to start second half. Let's see. They elected to kick, so yes, they should be receiving in the second half.
And Luke Shaw, I do agree the Seahawks should have run the ball.
That was...
just like our offense.
That was very accurate, Shaw. Could not agree more. Luke Shaw, congratulations on making it on Senior Stuco.
Parker Caldwell, shout out to Peyton Matasnik. He is not up here in the booth, but he sure as heck is down there on the field. Peyton, good job. He's too far. I'm sorry.
All right, and let's see what else we have going on in the chats. Miss Spillman says that we're doing a great job. Thank you, Miss Spillman. Let's see what else.
There's about 2:15 left on the clock, too. VB Glasgow, thank you for saying that we are the best. We know.
Let's see. And it looks like the comments have died down. Feel free to keep them coming in. We are a minute and 50 away from the beginning of the second half. Saints are up 14-7.
Speaking about our Saints community, the Aquinas, I guess, school board, don't know who decided this, but we're going back to full attendance on Monday. Sorry, on Tuesday. We don't have school Monday. A nice 3-day weekend for everybody on gold days and a nice 4-day weekend, or 3-day weekend if you actually work on your off days for the Blue Day. With that will be a lot of, I'm sure, questions from people, but I have confidence in our administration that they will be answered very quickly.
Jacob Muckerman, yes, I do use them quite frequently. I have quite terrible vision. Enhances the gameplay. Can clearly see the numbers. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mrs. Denegri, for the kind words. Miss Turner, thank you. Shout out to her. One of my favorite math teachers. Woo. Once again, still pretty windy up here, and we are feeling it.
Has not died down.
Luke Shaw, I don't know why Politis isn't starting in all positions. I'll have to take that up with Dreiling after the game. Koneski, I don't think I'll be taking the field this evening. I'm having some rotator cuff issues. It just probably wouldn't be the best.
Yeah. Injury report said you pulled your appendix.
Yes, that's what I did.
Our producer liked that one.
We have 18 seconds left, so we're going to cut it back to the field and get ready for some Saints Blue Jays football.
Shout out to Charlie. He's walking around. He really is walking around in the background just to get mentioned. Thank you, Koneski, for the call out.
Camera's just there, guys.
All right, coming off of that halftime, it appears the Blue Jays are kicking off. I mean, I know they are because I can see it right here. We got Evan Kammer and Xavier Horn deep, ready for the return.
Ball's going to go to Horn. Pushes on the far side.
Ooh, almost finds a way up the middle.
Brought down at the 21-yard line.
Is mine? Yeah, it's mine. First and 10, just off the 20-yard line for the Saints.
Anderson under center. Handoff.
Fake
Oh, a
handoff.
keeper. Anderson runs it. Good for a gain of about 4 yards.
Second and 5 for the Saints. At the 25-yard line. Very interested to see what the Saints can do in the second half, as they are coming into it with a 7-point lead.
Anderson with the pitch to Horn. Horn.
Horn gets stopped by a little bit of traffic there and then ultimately tackled, but
Brought down at the 37-yard line. Good for a Saint Thomas Aquinas first down. Anderson with the handoff. Good
Handoff.
for a gain of 2.
that handoff was to number 2, Nick Hill. It appears from a grateful text from our producer's mother that Tanner's restaurant on 143rd and Metcalf is showing our broadcast. Just
Thank
like
you,
to say
Tanner's.
hello.
Handoff up. Oh, fake handoff. Keeper with Anderson. Got me on that one. Looks like he will be just shy of the first down. They're going to mark him a yard short. Brings us to 3rd down.
I just thought I'd mention that the Blue Jays have a Jumbotron here in their stadium. It's rather blinding if you look at it, but once you let your eyes adjust, it really does display their Blue Jays logo at
Hand
most
off
of
to
the
Carroll.
time.
And that's a first down for St. Thomas Aquinas. Ball at the Blue Jays 49-yard line.
That's 1st and 10 for the Saints.
Anderson with the keeper on the near side and gets hit hard by number 10 and number 2.
That was a very good push by Anderson. Very good keeper. I'll tell you, Blake Anderson loves.
He does. Official timeout. Anderson with the keeper. Stiff arm. Fighting for yardage. Brought down by number 1, Davion Key. Anderson with the handoff to Carroll. Good for a short gain. That play was good for a gain of 4. That'll bring us to 2nd and 6 with 7:40 left on the clock. Anderson with the screen to Horn. Horn getting pushed out near the 16-yard line.
That's a large run by Horn after he caught that ball. Takes it to the 16-yard line and ultimately gets pushed out of bounds.
That play was another good example of how the Saints are really expanding their offensive playbooks. Comparing to the last 2 weeks where it's been run, with 8 attempted passes. That's a big shakeup. And now another complete pass by Anderson. Anderson with the handoff to Carroll. Carroll finds a hole. Brought down on the 6-yard line. And
Sean Carroll with the carry. And I'll tell you, he's been a great replacement for Tank Young so far.
he has been with that carry. That'll bring the Saints to 1st and goal.
If you missed it earlier, Tank Young is actually out for this game, recovering from an ankle injury that he suffered last game.
Handoff to Carroll. Carroll fighting for the end zone. And it'll be touchdown, St. Thomas Aquinas. Sean Carroll with the 4-yard run into the end zone.
PAT is good. Kicked by sophomore Matt Siebold. Out comes the Saints defense.
All right, Raytown fans, let's stand up for the kickoff.
Bolt will be kicking off for the Saints.
If you recall, Siebold had some trouble with some short and out-of-bounds kicks earlier, but got it right
On the third attempt.
try.
This one
Here's
looking good.
This one.
Received near the 15. And, ooh, missed tackle. And another missed tackle. And finally brought down shy of the 15-yard line. Excuse me, shy of the 25-yard line. That'll have Saints ball. Excuse me, Raytown's ball on the 23-yard line. Handoff up the middle.
Number 6 right here, so we have to go. Gain 7 yards on play, second down.
Elias Carson with the tackle. They ran it up the middle, and they will get the first down. That's at about their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 on the Raytown 35-yard line. White Bear with the handoff up the middle. Brought down again by Elias Carson, number 1.
Looks to be about a gain of 6 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 4 on the Blue Jays' very own 41-yard line.
White Bear with the reverse handoff. Number 5 on the carry, Xander Samuels.
That was Elias Carson with the coverage and ultimately the tackle.
Blue Jays are 3 yards short of the first down. Brings us to 3rd and 3 on their own 42-yard line. White Bear in shotgun. Hands it off. Pushing up near the near side.
Takes the outside, gets pushed out of bounds by Elias Carson. Number 1, the Saints.
First and 10 on the Blue Jays 49-yard line. 4:07 left in the third quarter. Saints are up 21-7.
It'll be interesting to see if the Blue Jays can come back from their 14-point deficit.
White Bear hands it off to Gary.
There's a nice push up the middle by Gary.
Brought down by Will Gavin.
Second and 2 for the Blue Jays at the Saints 44-yard line.
White Bear with the option, hands it off. Hand it off to Gary. Brought down near the 39-yard line. That play was enough to give the Blue Jays the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The Saints want to prevent the Blue Jays from closing that deficit. They're going to have to get a stop here in the defense.
Blue Jays drive is looking pretty solid. Primarily rushing plays have been working successfully for the Blue Jays offense. And another rush.
Straight up the middle.
Good for a short gain of 2 yards. That'll bring us to 2nd and 8. And a run up the middle. Saints, number 94, Sal Savio, a little slow to get up. Sal may only be a sophomore, but man, does he have my height doubled. He is a big dude that I would not want to have running at me on the football field. Handoff. Keeper, actually. Getting flung around. Forward progress will bring him down near the 28-yard line.
Tom Carroll asked us to call Danny Carroll Lil DD 58 when he blocks. No promises, Tom, but we'll try.
Tommy Carroll. Hi, Tommy. It's Timmy. Me and Tommy used to have acting class together. It was a great time. Very funny. With Miss Spillman, who I believe is also tuned in. Tommy Carroll graduated last year. He has a now senior brother and a sophomore brother.
Both of which play football.
Sean, the sophomore, is the big runner. And there's a false start on the Blue Jays.
Bringing them to 2nd and 12 at Aquinas' 29-yard line.
White Bear hands it off, run up the middle. Saints trying to push him back. Short gain. That'll bring us to 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 with 42 seconds and ticking left in the 3rd quarter. Saints up 21-7. White Bear hands it off. Down near the 24-yard line. Jalen Marshall with the tackle.
Again on that play, something we haven't heard in a while is the defensive coordinator yelling at Jacob Bittner, but we heard it again.
And
they ran down the clock.
That'll bring us to the 4th quarter. Saints lead 21-7. This 4th quarter is almost underway.
While we transition quarters, Timmy and I will be responding to some comments. From Kim Spillman. Yay, Charlie and Michael, you're doing great work. I know our producer goes very unnoticed at most times. But he's thankful for the recognition. Justin Wrigley says, love watching our Saints play football and love watching the coverage on Halo. Great job by all. Thank you, Coach Wrigley. Speaking of Coach Wrigley, the coach of the cross-country team, the cross-country team has a meet tomorrow morning at Washburn Rural. Unfortunately, they are not allowing spectators, but it should be a great event, regardless of spectators.
I'm currently sitting up here with 3 cross-country runners. Ian Prang runs, so does Michael Payne, and Charlie Luther also does. They'll be running tomorrow. Charlie Novacek, my younger brother, says hello. Hello back, Charlie.
All right, coming back in the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter, sorry.
A pass by White Bear, intercepted by number 17, and a big run.
Number 17, Will Gavin with the interception.
Will Gavin.
Flawless interception. There was
Beautiful.
No interference there.
And that one play into the 4th quarter, it'll be Saints ball.
Apologies for the people at home. Our cameraman missed that. But I can assure you from first account that was a legendary play by Will Gavin. At the middle by Carroll. Lots of yards being gained.
Ooh, brings it to the 44-yard line.
Apologies, that was... No, wait.
Looks like it was William Lang, actually.
Yeah. William Lang with the absolute mass of a carry. William Lang up the middle again. There are a few things that can stop this man. About 5 yards gained on that run. 2nd and 5 for the Saints at the 50-yard line.
Anderson with the keeper. Pushes up the middle. Just short of the 1st down. We've had some more cheerleaders text since I last announced that no cheerleaders or fans will be allowed into the stadium. Cheerleaders are very bummed that they are unable to come and cheer on their Saints. Maddie Davidson and Sabina Woolway are one of the 2 people that are especially devastated by it. Fortunately, the Saints will be home next game And the
Saints
cheerleaders will
girls-
be back in action.
Oh, Saints girls volleyball has a triangular at STA tomorrow. Sadly, there's no spectators, but they will compete against St. James and Lee Summit West.
There's an injury on the field for the Blue Jays. Can't quite see the number. He is barely moving. Trainer seems to be touching his leg. Don't know if that's the issue. That is number 54, Donald Brown. 5'10", 325, defensive lineman.
That comes to 1st and 10 for the Saints. As our thoughts and prayers go up for the lineman that is being taken off the field right now by the trainer. Former Saint Isaiah Gavin gives a shout out to his brother, saying, Willie G. Willie G indeed.
And a carry up the middle by Lang. Good for a gain of about 5.
Stadium announcer appears to think that's Carroll with the carry, but it actually is Lang, number 33 for the Saints.
Well, Carroll is 23. Could see how it get a little confusing. Anderson drops back, tries to run it up the middle, and gets shut down fast for a loss of 1 yard. Hit by 30, Markle Tanhill.
And Madeline Luther, we thank you for the compliments on the great broadcasting by Halo.
Coach Wrigley would also like to shine some light on Will Gavin, a 3 varsity sport athlete with football, basketball, and track. Will Gavin does it all. Handoff up the middle. Lang with a short gain.
Fourth and 4 for the Saints. It appears they're going for it as the special team stays on the sideline. There seems to be some confusion on the field as we get a timeout.
And timeout Saints. 8:47 left in the fourth quarter. Saints up 21-7. 4th and 4. Saints may be going for it.
Injuries on SCA this game. Colin Powell, I believe, is still out due to a wrist injury and an ACL tear, which will put you out for a while. And Tank Young, running back for the Saints, is out this game due to an ankle injury. We hope for a speedy recovery for both of those two so they can get back to this game.
Saints ball coming out of that timeout. It's 4th and 4. Saints going for the conversion.
We'll see what Anderson has up his sleeve.
Anderson with the keeper, getting chased, and they will not convert with a gain of 1. That'll be Blue Jays ball at the 38-yard line.
Raytown fans, that's a Raytown. 1st and 10 Blue Jays at their own 38-yard line.
Blue Jays need a big drive.
It appears their handoff in the middle would not give them the start to that big drive.
That run up the middle will be a loss of 1 yard, bringing us to 2nd and 11. White Bear with the keeper on the far side.
Gets down for about a gain of 4 yards. 3 yards, apologies. 3rd down for the Blue Jays. 3rd and 7. The Blue Jays' very own 41-yard line.
7:40 and ticking on the clock. White Bear gets the high snap. Handed off to number 30, Zamiar Gary.
Looks like Peyton Potasnik with the tackle on that one. Along with a good friend of mine, Caden Reeves. It's 4th and 4 for the Blue Jays at their own 44-yard line. It's a lot of 4s.
Fourth and 4 on the 44 in the 4th quarter.
Oh, that would have been cool if it was the 24th today. But it's the 25th. One day off. Maybe next year.
White Bear with the keeper up the middle. That will be close. And official timeout. I believe they will be bringing out the chains.
On midfield.
And it'll be a first down. Barely a first down. Raytown's 4th down conversion is good. 6:36 left in the 4th quarter.
For lack of a better term, they got that first down with the hair of their chinny chin chin.
Great way to put it, Ian.
Thanks, Timmy. Appreciate it.
White Bear hands it off to Gary. Gary with a gain of 1 yard, brought down by Will Gavin. White Bears pass.
Flag on the play.
Broken up. There may be interference. Elias Carson broke up that pass. May have gotten called on it, however. Discussion on the field by the referees. Seems like the white hat official doesn't really seem to be thinking it's an interference.
Well, it appears to be Saints ball, and the Raytown stands are not liking that very much. Everybody on the Raytown side of the stadium seems to be not happy with that call.
It's a loss of down for Raytown.
So taking the ball from 3rd and 14.
White Bear's going to run it and gets brought down by number 44 for the Saints.
Brought down to about the 50-yard line, bringing the Blue Jays to 4th and 8. Yep.
4th and long for the Blue Jays.
Nope.
And they're going to go for it. Pass downfield, and it is
No. That was an immaculate catch.
wow.
That was just a
Nearly
phenomenal catch.
30-yard reception for Raytown. White Bears pass is complete to number 6.
Brought down by number 34, Peyton Matasnik.
No gain on the play.
Second and 10 for the Blue Jays. 4:30 left on the clock for the 4th quarter of this game. So we get ready to wind down this game of football. Looks like an overall loss for the Blue Jays,
Great lockdown by St. Steve.
or at least no gain. Very good defense by the Saints.
No gains, 3rd down.
Clock is still running, just now passing the 4-minute mark.
White Bear hands it off to Gary on the far side.
Looks to be about a gain of 5. Bringing the Blue Jays to 4th and 5. Sorry. 4th and 6. Gain of 4 on that.
White Bear with the pitch. And it's a flea flicker. And then it's intercepted in the end zone. There's a flag on the play, however.
Like in the end zone.
Jacob Bittner with the interception.
Seems Bittner has redeemed himself to the defensive
Looks like all that
staff.
yelling paid off. Let's see
Yeah.
what the penalty is.
Got to his head.
Pass interference.
Ooh.
Fortunately, that interception will be called back. Unfortunately, a Saints interception called back due to pass interference. Now it'll be 1st and goal. Blue Jays ball on their own 10-yard line. Excuse me, Saints 10-yard line.
Let's see if the Saints defense can pull this back together.
White Bear keeps it and
Ooh.
gets hit hard.
Brought back at least 5 yards by
Sal brings him down.
No gain on the play. And 2nd down.
Poor blocking by the Blue Jays allowed Saints defense to get to White Bear quick and easily, and he got brought down hard.
Number 44, Cameron Penny was very excited about that play.
White Bear hands it off and will be brought down near the 6-yard line.
It appears that the Blue Jays will be pushing for this touchdown, but if they get it, we'll see what happens with the Saints' possession.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays opted to do an onside kick. White Bear with the run up the middle will be shy of the touchdown. It's 2 yards out from the end zone, along 2 yards.
On 2 yards, and it's also 4th and goal.
3 yards out. 1:30 left on the clock.
See what the Blue Jays can do.
Blue Jays need a score here. And a pitch to the far side.
Into the end zone.
Touchdown, Blue Jays. Score is now 13-21 Saints. Extra point. Nearly blocked. It'll be good. 21-14 Saints.
And out comes the Saints offense to return the ball. Hopefully it's not an onside kick. We do know that Raytown is very popular for those.
Raytown averages 3 onside kicks a game. We've only seen 1 against the Saints. Now would be a more practical time to do an onside kick rather than a first quarter onside kick that we saw earlier in this game. Their first onside kick was successfully recovered by their Blue Jay team. Hopefully Saints kickoff return will be able to seal the bag here.
And that first quarter onside kick is definitely a bizarre play, definitely a bizarre tactic. You don't really see that too much in football, much less high school football.
And here's the onside kick, and it, number 17, Will Gavin, recovers it.
He was taken down pretty hard there. It appears Gavin's getting right back up and right back into it, like
Will
the
Gavin
three-sport
with
athlete he is.
Big recovery. Onside recovered by the Saints. That'll give them the ball near the 46-yard line. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. Blue Jays have 3 timeouts remaining. Saints 2.
That brings the Saints to 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. Let's see what this Saints offense can do. Some confusion on the offensive line.
5 seconds left. Play gets off for a loss of about half a yard. Raytown uses one of their 3 timeouts. Oh, correction on the field. Aquinas calls the timeout. Aquinas has 1 timeout remaining.
Correction again. Timeout called by Raytown. It's hard to tell from the press box, according to the announcer for this stadium.
PA announcer is going a little bit back and forth on whose timeout it was. I believe we've come to the conclusion that we will be charging the Blue Jays with the timeout.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Looked like the Saints called it.
I don't know. Let's go look at the film. So, each team having 2 timeouts remaining after the Blue Jays called that timeout.
That was the Blue Jays, right?
I believe it was.
All right, good stuff.
Carroll with the run up the middle.
Gets down right about the 49-yard line.
3-yard
Enter
gain.
The last minute of the game.
Another timeout called by the Blue Jays.
Appears the Blue Jays want to use all of their timeouts before the regulation clock runs out.
Got to use it to have a fighting chance against the Saints here. 1:07 left on the clock. Down a touchdown. Saints need a conversion here to stay alive.
That's 3rd and 7 on the Saints' 48-yard line. Hey, make sure you tune in next week, or maybe visit the game. We are not sure on the rules yet for that, but we play Shawnee Mission Northwest. Halo will be broadcasting that game as far as I am concerned, but things are subject to change as Aquinas goes into the green schedule next week.
Aquinas takes the field with 1:07 left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 7. The handoff up the middle will be botched, and that'll bring us to 4th down. Raytown uses their final timeout.
About 1 minute left in regulation.
And for this drive, sophomore Maxwell Ford has been in for quarterback instead of Anderson. And Ford will stay in.
Are they going for it?
Looks like Saints will be going for it on 4th and 5.
Or no?
Raytown getting loud with the few fans that they do have. Ford under center. Definitely was trying to get him to jump. They did not jump. And Aquinas will be forced to call a timeout. Getting ready to take the field.
Their timeouts.
A minute and a second left in the 4th quarter as Saints get ready to punt.
St. Thomas Aquinas punter Evan Kammer takes the field as someone tears down the street in front of the school. What sounded like a motorcycle.
The clock should be set at 1:02. The officials trying to clarify that. And the clock is set at 1:02. Blue Jays gain a whole second off of that. Evan Kammer with the punt will be falling. A great
Very
punt
good
by
punt
Evan
by Kammer.
Kammer. Will be marked at the 4-yard line. Amazing punt by Evan Kammer, who also has a touchdown reception this game.
And out comes the Saints defense.
Raytown has 51 seconds to cover 96 yards. Raytown has no timeouts left. Aquinas with 1. White Bear with the long pass. Oh, and a
and it
dropped
dropped.
pass. He would have had the defense burned.
Man, that would have been bad for the Saints if that pass was caught.
A crushing drop for Raytown.
It was very exciting for everybody in the
That
stadium.
would have given Raytown at least to the 40-yard line, if not more, depending on if the D caught him.
We're going to see what the
There's
penalty
a
is.
flag
called
on the
for.
play. Illegal touching against Raytown. That'll be a loss of a down. Half the distance to the goal. That'll bring it to 2nd and 12.
.46 seconds left on the clock.
White Bear
Oh!
with a pick six by Saint Thomas Aquinas.
That was a flawless.
An
pick six by
amazing
number 12, Dana Brooks.
Dana Brooks with an outstanding pick six for St. Thomas Aquinas to put this game away. 27-14 with 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Touchdown, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Just as we started to get nervous up here in the press box from all the passing plays that Raytown was making, Dana Brooks comes in and just saves the day. Interception with the touchdown.
Outstanding pick six by Dana Brooks. Raytown got real quiet real quick after that one. And Seabolt's extra point is good. 28-14, Saints on top with a pick six by Dana Brooks.
Producer Michael Payne is very excited about that play. Saints really needed that to put this game away. Dana Brooks showed up.
Oh, these are one of the moments where you really wish you had replay so you could just keep watching that pick six over and over again. I can guarantee you that that play will be in Week 3's highlight reel. Outstanding pick six by Dana. Good work, Dana.
For your sophomore, Matt Seabolt with the kickoff as the Blue Jays take possession of the ball.
Seabolt's kick, out of bounds. Most likely will be re-kicking.
For 42.4 seconds left on the clock as the Saints special team lines up for sophomore Matt Seabolt to re-kick the ball.
And Seabolt's kick will be
It was caught near the
Taken up.
5-yard line.
near the 5.
Ooh.
Oh, and brought down hard. Great tackle made by the Saints.
Number 9, O'Laney to return. Tackle around the 13-yard line for the 10 Blue Jays.
First and 10 Blue Jays from their very own 13-yard line. They own it. It's theirs. At least for the quarter. About 36 seconds left on the clock till the end of this game.
White Bear takes it up himself. Brought down after a short gain, about 4 yards.
That'll shave about 6 seconds off the clock.
Clock is still rolling as Raytown is out of timeouts. 15 left on the clock. White Bear scrambling. Nearly sacked. And it is caught. And there's a flag on the play, and 4.1 seconds left on the clock.
That was Caden Reeves with a pressure on the quarterback. Phenomenal pressure by Caden Reeves.
There was an illegal man downfield. That penalty is declined. So that brings us to 3rd and 6 with 4.1 seconds left. Saints up by 2 touchdowns. White Bear hands it off. And that'll be good enough for the first down. However, time expires. Saint Thomas Aquinas beats Raytown 28-14.
And as we come to the end of this game, SDA Halo Broadcast News would like to thank our school president, Dr. Fallon, our athletic director, Sarah Burgess, as well as our sponsor, Al Miner.
And a special thanks to the Raytown staff, especially their AD, Miss Patty Hutton. Thank you so much for their cooperation and allowing us to be out here.
And finally, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in this week. Next week, as we play Shawnee Mission Northwest, if there's not spectators allowed at the game, then feel free to tune in.
If there are spectators at the game, still feel free to tune in.
I mean, watch it from the game.
We love your viewership. Can't wait to announce for you next week. I'm Timmy Novacek.
And I'm Ian Prang.
See you guys next week.
When I get high,
Montag lieben Glauben, Globen.